034. David's Roofing and Remodeling. Welcome back to ETBU Extra here on the ETBU Sportsnet. Thank you for clicking in your lunch hour, or wherever you may be, in your office or listening on your smartphone at home or traveling down the road and you got it plugged into your stereo in your car. That's good. Also, the show is chopped up into segments or edited down and shown later on YouTube later in the week, so look for that from the ETB social media websites as well. Our guest now here on ETBU Extra, as we broadcast live from the Huffman Student Activities area on the campus of ETBU, is the head coach of the volleyball team, Lyndsay Mashe. And Lyndsay, before we let's go ahead and talk about last night's game, because I was there. It's always a great atmosphere to go watch the Tigers play volleyball. Unfortunately, you lose to Texas Dallas 3-1, and it kind of got real interesting in the fourth game because you were down 12-2. And then I noticed on a timeout, you take your team off the court into the west side through those doors. Why did you take your team off the court for just that timeout?
Well, we do have an amazing atmosphere, and it's loud. We got music playing, and I just felt like I needed to get my team in a place that was quiet and kind of get my point across that we needed to turn around what we were doing and kind of remotivate them a little bit. So
down 14-2 at that point. Now, I notice your husband, who's your assistant coach, they blow the whistle, get the teams on the court. He's like going, "Where are you?" And he takes a trip to the door, but you knew how much time you had and you were coming out. Now, what amazes me about your team, and they've got great character and they don't give up, even though y'all were down 14-2, y'all went on a run and got very close, but things just didn't work out.
Sure. We made too many mistakes. We beat ourselves last night, and I think that we know that as a team and know that we can do much better next time we face them. So we got rattled early. We didn't play our best. And so, but they did fight back in game 4. And I mean, yeah, they could have just laid down after 14-2. That's a hard deficit to come back from. And we almost had it. But yes, we fell short.
You were good at making adjustments. I noticed in Game 3 they was able to hit that little dink shot in the middle of your body. But in Game 4, you did something or a player picked up on it and was able to save those things. Is that what you like about your team? They're able to see a mistake and correct it?
Yes. We actually have done a little bit better than last night of correcting things earlier. It took us a little bit longer. But we just, again, it was our mistakes, and we know that we can get better from that and improve. So our team will rebound from this.
Only the second loss of the year for Lady Tiger Volleyball this year. First conference loss, but we're friends on Facebook. And so I've got to share this Facebook post that you did last night after the ball game because it kind of wraps up everything that happened last night in the loss UT Dallas. First on Facebook, she puts, "Wow. What an incredible group of fans at our game tonight," and I agree wholeheartedly with that. "We aren't satisfied the way we played. Need to remember that the season is a marathon, not a sprint. Back to work tomorrow." And that's exactly right, because that was just one conference loss, and there's a whole season down the road.
Yes, exactly. We play in a tough conference, and that's a good thing and a bad thing, And but we know what we need to do, and we still have our goals and standards set high, and we can rebound from this. Like I said, we're going to get back to work, and this team will respond. I have a lot of respect for our team and the way that they play. And we didn't show up last night, but we can learn from that and get better.
Well, let's go back to last weekend when you played in the Austin College Invitational. Last week, Daisy Alano was one of our guests here on ETB Extra, and I asked her, "What do you expect for the weekend?" She goes, 4-0, just simple as that, and that's exactly what you did as you went through the Austin Invitational. Now, on the first day, you beat Southwestern University, which is a top 25 team in the nation.
Right.
Talk about that game, that win, because you did go to 5 sets, winning the last one 15-13.
Right. Honestly, we came out in that game just as best as I've seen our team play. We're just very polished and played hard and with a lot of intensity, and we had so many players doing their job. They did push us to 5, and we responded well and won 15-13, and it was a great win for our program.
Of course, over that weekend, last weekend, you had wins, obviously, over Southwestern. Also had a win over University of Dallas on day 1. Then day 2, you had victories over host school, Austin College and St. Gregory's. You got to be pleased with the overall performance that weekend.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, to come away 4-0 against solid programs, definitely proud of that. And, it's great to get off to a good start.
So when you perform well in an invitational like that, usually someone recognizes some players. And what I'm getting at this week in the American Southwest Conference, 2 of your players gained Player of the Week awards. Talk about Mallory Sanders and, of course, I've got the other one written right here, and I can't think. It was
I
Daisy
did.
Alano. It was, wasn't it? The two
It
players
was.
that received American Southwest Conference Awards this week.
Yeah, both of them had great weekends for us. Mallory plays all 6 rotations for us. She serve receives for us. She plays defense, and she, of course, is a big attacker for us, gets a lot of kills for us. And she had an incredible weekend. She, against Southwestern, she beat her career high in kills and then came back against University of Dallas and beat that career high. So, can't speak enough about her overall play for us. And then Daisy had just was a big presence. Blocking was a big presence offensively as well. Had a great weekend. So they were both very deserving of those awards.
So when you do extremely well, sometimes you're recognized on the national front as well. And this week, Mallory Sanders was recognized by the AVCA, which is what's that stand for? American Volleyball Coaches Association,
Correct.
which is a national award as the Player of the Week. How big is that?
That's huge. I mean, I tried to, she's not real big on individual awards. She's definitely about her team, but I tried to explain to her, you were voted this week of all players in Division III as the Player of the Week. That's a huge honor. And so I was extremely proud of her, and she's very deserving of that.
Only second time in ETBU Tiger volleyball history that an award has been awarded one of our players. The last time was Allison Castillo in 2002. Did you know her?
I did. I played with her.
I thought so. As I was
Yes.
looking at that, I thought, so what kind of player was she back then?
Great setter, incredible, and she was, again, very deserving of that credit. She ran the floor very well. In fact, I think she was American Southwest Conference Player of the Year 2 years in a row. So yes.
And I wanted you to bring that up because as you see in Tiger volleyball, there's a history of winning and a tradition of doing very well, and that's exactly what Lyndsay Mashe continues with the ETBU Tiger volleyball team. Well, Coach, as you look ahead to the schedule, when you have a loss like you did last night against UT Dallas, are you just itching to get the girls out there back on the court to work on things and get ready for the next game?
Yes, I mean, my biggest thing right now is I want to see how this team responds. That's what I want to see because we weren't satisfied as a coaching staff. I don't think they were satisfied with the way they played. So the true character of the team is how you respond to a loss like that when you know you didn't play your best and we didn't produce. What do we do against Colorado College on Thursday?
And I want to bring up Colorado College. They come into the gym on Thursday, 7 p.m. No, 6 p.m., right? 6 p.m. or 7 p.m.? Sorry.
6.
6 p.m.
Yes.
I thought I saw that. Colorado College is a top 15th ranked team in the nation. What can we expect from them as they come to the gym?
We're going to expect a very talented team. We faced them last year in Colorado College Classic, and they're solid. They're a lot more offensive than what UT Dallas plays. We saw a lot more finesse and shots from UT Dallas, and so we're going to see a more aggressive team. But, honestly, we have the ability to compete with anybody in Division III, in my opinion, if we all play the way we're capable of playing and play as a team.
So just making the team tougher. So we want to be at the end of the season, winning the ASC championship and moving on to the NCAA regional round.
Absolutely.
You got Colorado College Thursday night, then Belhaven, who is a member of the ASC now, but as a professional member, got another chance to see the Lady Tigers at home Thursday and Friday this week, and then you got your ASC match against Tuesday against UT Tyler. You're playing a lot of volleyball to get back in the ASC swing again.
We are.
How do you keep your team fresh or rested during this big swing right here?
Well, Monday we just kind of had a light practice, about 45 minutes, just kind of serving and passing. We'll do the same today. We won't jump a lot, just doing whatever. And, of course, our training staff, Barrett Jones and his people that work with us do a great job of helping our kids stretch and foam roll and do ice baths. And so they're instrumental in helping us stay fresh as well.
All right, Coach Mashe, always a pleasure to see you. I see you brought Peyton over here.
Of course.
Your daughter, and she's already a volleyball fan. You should see her.
Yes.
She cheers just as loud as anybody else in Ornelas Gymnasium. Coach, best to you and your Lady Tigers as you face Colorado College this Thursday night, 6 p.m. at Ornelas.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
All right, we'll still continue to talk ETBU athletics here on ETBU Extra, broadcasting live from the Huffman Student Activities area on the campus of ETBU. Coming up next, we're going to talk Tiger tennis with the head coach of Tiger Tennis, Jeff Bramlett. That's next on ETBU Extra.
Our problem.